Sup, Devils? J-Dog back with another goddamn fucking video. And today's fucking video is going to be a little bit of story time and some show and tell again. And this one's just going to be showing you some fucking evil shit that the Vag boys don't probably know about. And this is going to take me a little bit down memory lane because I've been a fan of this band since literally the first fucking demo when it was handed to me by Lou. And we've worked with them on a couple things. I think maybe just the one album we put out. Oh, the one album is 7-inch. I didn't bust out the fucking 7-inch, but I busted out my LPs and stuff to show you by, got some of the guys say, yeah, don't talk enough about black metal. J-Dog don't like black metal. Too much death metal, too much grindcore, blah, 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 blah. J-Dog does like fucking black metal. I thought we already clarified this shit. But anyway, so I'm going to bust out, this is actually, especially the demo, probably one of my favorite, black metal releases ever on bands, but definitely the demo. And that is the band Maniacor from Cleveland, Ohio. So I busted out my LPs and my CDs that I own by them. And I also busted out some fucking live. What the fuck are my other photos? I busted out some goddamn live photos too that we took live. And the very first time, like I heard them, it was in '99, and it was Lou. Let me bust the fucking photos by Lou. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I grabbed both stacks, but yeah, both I had of each member. Is the original lineup. The lineup's different now. It was Dave on guitar and vocals, Lou on bass and backing vocals, and then Adam on drums. And I've known all those guys since I met Lou first. He was always hanging out at Baxter's shop, the Extreme Music. Really cool guy, super fucking friendly guy, and he liked a lot of the same stuff I do too. Because Dave likes more of the black metal stuff, like the archgoat, blasphemy, beherit, Sam L, stuff like that. And not that I don't like that stuff, it's just not my, as you guys know, it's not my preferred, and it's not my forte, and I only like maybe a release here or there by bands, and not all of it, you know what I mean? As opposed to that was his forte. I mean, he does like death metal as well, like, early Morbid Angel, I know he likes a lot. I know he likes the first Immolation a lot. I know he likes the first Deicide a lot, and the Deicide demos a lot. So stuff like that. He does like some death metal, but a lot of it's like if you bring up Mortician or something, he's like, you know what I mean? So I suppose Lou, it seemed like he kind of liked, he liked a lot of black metal, but he liked a lot of across the board too, like a lot of the brutal death metal that was coming out at the time too. He liked, so it seemed like him and I kind of jived a lot on the bands that he liked. And one of his favorite bands of all time, which actually I'm hoping to go tonight, I'm playing live here, is Overkill. That's like one of his, I think Overkill and Rush are like his two fucking favorite bands. And another thing that was really cool that stood out to me about Lou, he was the only other person I ever heard say it. He always had a hypocrisy, the old hypocrisy logo on the back of his jacket. I was like, oh, fuck you. I was like, nobody ever brings up hypocrisy. And he's like, dude, that's probably my favorite death metal band, or like the Penetralia favorite death metal album, or something along those lines. And I always said, yeah, Penetralia, I'm asking them to upset them. I think those are some of my favorite death metal albums of all time too. No one ever brings those the fuck up. And yeah, and then after that, I didn't really give a shit about anything else. But the first two, yeah, Penetralia and asking them to upset them. So yeah, some of the most underrated fucking death metal of all time. And so we kind of jived with that too. I always thought he's the only other person. No one really ever brings him up. So anyways, Lou here. This is funny here. I just was flipping through these, and like I said, it was me, Eric, and Chase that always took the photos. And it's me taking this photo of Lou with me in the First in Hell Immolation shirt. It's me taking photos while it's either Eric or Chase that took this photo because I'm in the goddamn thing. So the guy taking the photo up front, that's actually fucking me. It's probably, I don't know, probably like 15 or so there. So that's a picture of Lou. I'll show you all the Lou's first. I guess I actually have a shitload. So Lou is, I think it's Lou's definitely still in the band. And I think Adam is as well, the drummer. I'm pretty sure it's still Louis Adam, but Dave is not. Dave went on to go to do the Sperm of Antichrist, and then now the Void Meditation Cult. So that's what he went on to do. I'm not going to show every photos. I got a ton of them, but I got a bunch of good shots. Because, man, back in the probably like 99 to like 2000, 2003, Maniacor played all the time. I've seen Maniacor, oh my God, I couldn't even tell you, like so many times, it's not even fucking funny. Yeah, the classic lineup was just those three guys. That was the lineup I knew, and known all the guys for years. So there's some Lou's, and gotta Adam have the least of, because behind the drum kit, as you guys can probably imagine, drummers are the hardest to fucking get. But got a couple good drummer shots here. And it's funny about Adam too, because obviously, Maniacor being kind of like that, I don't know if you want to call it that cult, cult black metal, cult raw black metal, cult kind of wars black metal, whatever. They kind of enter that category, whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent. It just seems like they're in that category, whether they like it or not, right? Adams, he's mostly kind of like, I wouldn't say he's more so like me in the taste of music, but kind of at the same time, like he likes like a lot of the grindcore and death metal, like more so than like David shit did. Like as you can see, he's wearing a Terrorizer shirt, and he like all the like the '90s stuff that I do. So, and he probably, I think if I remember correctly too, a lot of the stuff in the early 2000s shit he was liking, as opposed to Dave and Lou for the most part. Like, little because he's I believe he was the youngest out of them. I think Lou's the oldest, and then they're probably pushing 50 or in their 50s, and then Adam's probably just a few years older than me. So that's probably why I liked a lot of the early 2000s stuff too. And then here's some Dave photos, and Dave like on stage. I mean, I'm not really in the self mutilation thing, but it's fitting for the band, and whatever the fuck you want to do, you do. It's your thing. Dave would cut himself with a razor blade right on stage, like right when the fucking band was starting and shit. So it's kind of crazy. There's him doing it there. And then he would kind of like smear it over his mouth too and shit, and he'd be fucking covered in blood, fucking 1, 2, 3 songs in. One. See all these photos taken by me, Eric, and Chase, so no one else has these. I know we've given some to the Maniacor, and I think maybe they used them in some of the shit. Maybe we used them on the Rats and Plague LP we did. I don't remember. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna show you my LPs and shit here, guys, and show you what the fuck I got. So, yeah, my favorite of all time. So I bought the CD and LP. I used to have the original demo cassette. I don't even know. I kind of like I said, I'm not really a cassette guy, and honestly, I don't want to say I got rid of it. I think this is the biggest thing I don't like about cassettes. I think I wore it out. So where it starts to sound like when you listen to a tape and it sounds like it's goddamn the music sounds like it's under fucking water. I think it started to sound like that because I listened to it so many times. It was just my one of the main cassettes in my car. And back when I was this age in this era, in this early 2000s, when I was 17, that's all I listened to. My car was cassettes, and I didn't have a whole lot of cassettes, so I respun a lot of them. I had a lot of dubbed cassettes, and I have a few that went out and bought or demos that people handed me, like this Maniacor. So I had maybe in my car maybe like 30 cassettes. So they all got like a lot of fucking listening. So I'm almost positive that's what happened to demos. I listened to it till it fucking was dead in the goddamn ground. So what I do have of the Ritual Cleansing of the Horror demo, which I'll show you, which is my absolute favorite thing by them. And this is, I don't want to go and say something as silly as this, but it might be, as far as black metal demos, this might be my favorite black metal demo of all time. Might be. Like, I'd have to go and sit there and think, because like, even like the Marduk demo, Fuck Me Jesus shit, I like it, but it's kind of like it's super short and is, I heard it much, much later. So the songs that made it to the first album and stuff, I kind of already knew them from there. That's kind of, you know what I mean? It was like years later. So it's like, as much as I think like Fuck Me Jesus is a great demo, it wasn't a demo that was kind of life changing to me in a sense, as opposed to like this. I heard this when that's all Maniacor had. I remember like I had it for years before like we're doing a debut album now. So it was kind of like that's all you had was this demo. So it was a little bit more, I don't know, I guess nostalgic for me because more or less I was there. You know what I mean? So this, like I said, I'd have to go on the thing, but this might actually be my favorite black metal demo of all time. But this is the CD of it, and then I'll show you the LP too. God damn it! So if you guys don't have this, I highly recommend it. If you're only going to get and see like these photos, I think these photos we took. In fact, I'm almost positive. And yep, a lot of pictures taken by the Brothers of Brutality, www.hellsheadbangers.com. Because I told you guys in an earlier video that was something. I'm pretty sure Brian Baxter's the one that named that, gave us that name, the Brothers of Brutality, because it was slightly annoying to me. Not they call. I thought that title was cool, but always back then, all the guys that we kind of like hung out with, like Brian, I think even like Dave and Lou were in this category in the very, very early years. The Dwayne Morrises, the Chris Doras, all the guys in the local scene, they all knew who we were, but like they kind of all lumped us in at one, and like nobody really knew our first name. So it's kind of like there's a few like kind of like little bit of drama stories, like where, and then when Craig came along, because Craig was a little bit young when he was going to thrash shows, I think Craig said something about Celtic Frost or something, pissed one of the guys off, and then they like fuck those Horvils or whatever. I was like, whoa. Well, first off, like he's entitled to his opinion. Second of all, what do you mean fuck those Horvils? I didn't say that. I had nothing to do with this. Like that's something crazy. Like, they would lump us in. Like it's almost like if one guy did something, you're all guilty. It's like, well, what the fuck? I wasn't even there. I had nothing to do with it. Like, so, like, that part was kind of annoying. So it's like, no one really, honestly, for the first 5 to 7 years, it's like very few guys knew us on a first base basis. I think the first guys that really started to notice us on a first base basis, maybe just because it was a formal thing, was first person would have been Jim Kanya, and then probably Don of the Dead, because I met Don probably about a year after knowing Jim. Jim introduced us to us, and it just, here's each guy, and one by one, and they just, I don't know if it was a formal thing or whatever, they knew us by first name, as opposed to everybody just knew us as the Brothers Brutality, Brothers Grimm, 666, shit like that. Those were the things that I thrown out there. So anyway, the fuck way, if you ever see that, like I said, Brothers Brutality, it was in the video I was talking about the Brodequins, because we gave them photos. Because a lot of these bands we did give photos. We gave Exhume photos. I don't know I can't remember if they used any or not. Gave Christian photos. Tons of bands. And they loved, as you saw our photos, like, we always got really, really good shots, because our general rule of thumb is we go fucking front stage to the stage, fucking dick against the goddamn stage, right? Like, not one person in front of you, and just, make sure you get, the rule was, from the top of their head to the goddamn toes. I know none of this getting their half their body in the fucking ceiling type shit. Like, tons of people take photos. It's like, I don't need to know what the ceiling looks like, blah, blah. Get the full person, the member in there. I want the member. I don't want the fucking ceiling. I don't want the floor. So, and for whatever reason, we're not some pro photographers or nothing like that. Just kids, that's just common sense, because we'd see a lot of other photos be like, you guys take the best photos. It's just like, because a lot of these guys are just stupid. Like, they don't have common sense. Like, yeah, what the fuck do I need to see the goddamn I want to see the member, a good close shot, good action photos, right? So anyways, and there's just the thanks list and shit like that in there. CD. Backside. And then the only other CD I own was the debut, which I do like this album, but I definitely don't like it as much as the demo. And then I don't own a CD of the Rats and Plague. That was my least favorite. I like it. We did the LP, and I'll show you the versions I have. But I just need an LP, because I just didn't like it as much. I like it, but it's a little kind of like, gets a little bit on the boringer side. And then from there, I'll be honest, everything I've heard, I kind of lost touch with Maniacor. Is one of the things, like, I don't know why, nothing red, but I mean, I've heard the later ones, I just don't own them, and I didn't think they sucked or nothing. Just it's just, how sometimes you just kind of get out of touch with some bands. Like, yeah, there's a bunch that are like that, and they're just so happy to be one of those. So I just own the first three releases. So the CD, and like I said, this album is great too. I don't think quite as good as the demo, but were these the same photos from the first one? But I mean, I'm guaranteed we took these two. I can confirm that if it says it in there. Let's see if we took these photos or not. Doesn't say in here, but I'm almost positive. Hell, I think one of Julie, I think the one of Dave, I think I might have even just showed you that, the raw copy. But yeah, lyrics and everything in there. So what label was this on? Forget. Warhammer, yeah, that sounds about right. In fucking early 2000s, what year does it say? It doesn't say the goddamn year. More lyrics. So just those two CDs is what I have on CD. And then the vinyl. I'll show you. I'm pretty sure the first vinyl that came out, if I remember correctly, wasn't they debuted, or did Rich? I want to say, that, because I remember when this was finally coming out on vinyl, the demo, I'm like, fuck yeah, because I really wanted it on vinyl, which we didn't put it out, but I want to say it came out after Balls. Maybe Balls LP was first, like this wasn't the first one. I could be wrong on that, but I remember when this came out. As a matter of fact, I think, I know we got them in the distro back in the day, early 2000s when this came out. Does it say the year he put it out? Of course not fucking. Well, this is Merciless Records, guys. Remember I talked about Merciless a lot? I know we got these in trade, but I'm almost positive this copy, Lou actually gave it to me. We got his copies. He handed me one, and I think he gave me Eric and Chase each one. Because yeah, again, Ray says here, live pictures taken by the Brothers of Brutality, same photos on the insert as in the CD. Maybe that's why he gave us each a copy, because hey, thanks for the photos, Brass. That probably is what it was. But this is the same copy that he handed me. That I've lyrics on the other side. That's the same copy he's handed me. Whatever. Again, the demo came out, I believe, in '99 was the demo. It probably says recorded in the demo. Oh no, it was a little later, 2001. I know they were playing in like 90, like before, maybe before the demo, 99, 2000. Maybe not as early as 99, maybe 2000. But this was recorded and mixed, and so released in 2001. So when this came out, so yeah, when he handed it to me, so I would have been 16. And then, like I said, his LP came out. That was 2001. Maybe the LP came out around I don't know if it took 4 years, but maybe 2005 or so then. But the lame didn't put the fucking year like a lot of these guys don't. Just standard black vinyl. Would have been cool if he did a colored vinyl. To my knowledge, he never did a colored vinyl. Fuck, if there's a colored vinyl that's original and I don't have it, that's something I'd go out and like want to buy. Be hard to get now. Yeah, no year on here, guys. Just Merciless Records. And did I show you the backside? But this is a must own, especially if you guys like prefer your shit on vinyl like I do. That you definitely want to go on. Get this. No idea how much it goes for. It's definitely going to be an eBay discount because, like I said, let's just say that vinyl version of this. Let's say it came out 4 years after the demo. That would have put this out around 2005. This came out, which that kind of sounds about right. 04, 05, 06, somewhere around there. This probably came out. So I mean, let's say 2005. What is that? 15? Was that 17 years now? Yeah, 17 years ago. So for the Young Devils, good motherfucking luck. And they debuted, which we did this release. We didn't do the CD though. Like I said, it was that Warhammer? Warhams? Yeah, Warhammer Records. I don't even know if is Warhammer even still around. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Well, we did the LP. I don't know why we just did. Maybe that's what the band wanted. I don't know why we just did all black vinyl. What year did we do this? This is Hell's LP 008, so 2005. So yeah, I almost think this came out first. Maybe the demo came out. Like I said, did we do our LP first or the demo come out first? I don't remember. So the demo one's probably 05, 06. Maybe it came out the same year, somewhere around there. But our version of the first album, the vinyl, was 2005. So 17 years. So again, this is going to be. I think we did. I'm almost positive there was 500 of these pressed. Yeah, highly doubt 1,000 and maybe as low as 300, but I want to say 500 were pressed. So again, especially if you've got black metal guys that seem to think J-Dog don't like black metal and fucking you love it. If you don't own this, highly recommend going to get it. This is a great fucking black metal release. And then, like I said, it was you guys know black vinyl is a splash shadily, but I mean nothing special. Labels are pretty cool though. Not just standard side A, side B. That's just some imagery. But yeah, it was just a pretty simple release. Pocket cover, a nice hard, thick insert, cardboard insert, not one of those thin, flimsy ass fucking things. So good quality, but nothing elaborate, super simple. Said it was our 8th LP, which that sounds about right. So very, very early days of Hells. I mean, so 2005, been doing it for about 4 years. 4 years in, and in 2005, I would have been 20 years old. So that's when we did that. And then last release that we did the Morbasadad, the Maniacor Morbasadad 7-inch. That's a really, I thought I probably should have busted that out, but I wasn't thinking 7-inch. I'll scrap some records, forgot about that. We did that. I think we did 1,000 of those. I think the first 100 are on Pictures, if I remember correctly. Beautiful fucking 7-inch. Some people say that's their, I think actually Reaper says, he's like, that's my favorite Maniacor songs was the 7-inch. They're good. They weren't my favorite. For me, that was always, my favorite was the demo. So, but yeah, see if you can find the Morbasadad Maniacor 7-inch. The packaging of the 7-inch, the way it folds out to is really, really nice. So you guys don't own that. And you like 7-inches, you like the band Maniacor or Black Metal, and then you're gonna love that. So this was the third release, second full length album, third release, and the last thing that I know and own. After this, I've heard it, and I just don't know it as well. And this is the last thing that Dave is on. After this, Dave left the band, and he went to go do initially Sperm of Antichrist, and then from there, Void Meditation Call. Here's the cover, and actually too, so you guys know this cover art. Eric, my brother, he actually drew this, and then he did all the layouts too. So he did several art pieces. He did a couple Nunslaughters. He did this Maniacor. I want to say he did it for a few other bands too, but I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, he did do some art projects. But yeah, this cover art was drawn by him. Backside art drawn by him too. And this is a colored vinyl. I have number 9 again out of 100. Hand number right there in the corner. Thick ass insert again. Oh shit! Look at this. Comes with the fucking one of the old ass flyers. I just kept it in mind. God damn. This is back when we were putting out Evil Incarnate, waiting for his return. Oh man, of course on the other side flyer. I kind of remember these. I kind of don't. But some advertised flyers that were handing out. We've done so many over the years. I don't even fucking, yeah, I barely remember this. Decided. That was just, we just probably tossed all these in the LPs for advertisement for like, for whoever picked it up. They see about the Evil Incarnate and vice versa. The Evil Incarnate, the Maniacor. And then because we did a lot of trades back then too, like say like Merciless Records probably traded for these. I mean, he did the fucking the demo LPs. I'm assuming he won these, so we sent him 30 or whatever. And they're going to Germany. Then it's just more advertisement. That's kind of how you did it back then, especially back then. And this was the color vinyls, like the half swirl or whatever with black and gray came out really nice. Look at that badass looking color. No lame-o standard black there. You know what I mean? Something actual fucking. Why the fuck ain't this in a picture? This bras so old that I had it so long that it was probably before I was even. Because the picture disc thing, guys, when me put my color vinyl pictures, that was something I kind of stumbled onto a little bit later. So not all of mine is in picture sleeves. I probably started that up about 5 years ago. So some of them I didn't go back. So anytime I put something, you see it live. I'm doing it. Now it's in a picture disc sleeve. So now when I store it, I'll show you. It's in a Japanese resealable sleeve. So this is how you'll see it on my shelf then, stored. You'll see, hey J-Dog, what version you got? Without even having to open it up, pull it out, it will look like this. Cover, and backside, record on the outside of the sleeve so it doesn't leave ring wear. Not on the front side of the cover. I don't know why any guys store their fucking records on the front side of the cover. Who doesn't want to look at that badass art if you're just looking through the covers? I want to see the badass fucking art. And then, see what fucking color you got. Kind of, kind of crinkled up in here, the plastic. Make sure it's nice and straight fucking in there perfectly, goddammit. And then I also own, and how many did we do with these? Maybe 500-600? The 12-inch picture disc, and I'll show you something kind of neat in this, guys. So it's a 12-inch picture disc with an outer cover, different outer cover. So let me show you the picture disc first, just the album art. Backside. And then let me show you first the backside of the jacket. Different jacket than the color vinyl. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell, and all the double same. Pretty sure it's the same insert, different insert. Pretty sure it's the same insert. But before I show you the front cover, it's kind of neat. It's falling out. Any of you devils that own this one, it's funny because I can see the cover here. I can't know if you can tell. See this? Can you see this outline? It's of the rats. It's a die cut these rats we punched out and threw away because the die cut it's a die cut of a rat. Like for Rats and Plague. I just kept mine in there. So this is like the only one that exists that I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep the rat in there because I can punch this out right now. It'll take half a second. But like each one of these, I think it was pretty much me that did them all. Maybe Eric did some too on the fly because Eric's the one that. This was back when we did stuff like this. Is when what year did I say this was? 2000. This one was 2006. So I would have been 21. I just left the company. It was a printing company called Dupli Systems that I worked for. Eric worked there as well. I ran a printing press, not printing any metal stuff. It was like forms printing stuff for like Safe Auto and just boring non-metal shit. But Eric ran a die cutter. And a long story short is we hired them and printed. So like these inserts were printed there. These covers were printed there. And all we did was pay for cost of materials and labor, a little bit of labor for the actual printing of the cover. But there was no labor charge because Eric would punch out, clock out, and on his own time, just use the die cutter and he would die cut the covers. And that's what he did was this one. But when it cuts into the cover, the die, it just leaves this and you have to physically scrap out the part that's cut into it. So the rat. So we, scrapped them all out for the customers, because it's the die cut cover. And that's how you got it. The picture disc technically goes inside and you see a fucking picture disc to a rat. But I kept mine in there, so the rat's still there. So all the devils that got this back in the day, you never actually seen the rat part because that was just going in the garbage. And so mine's still there. That's how mine's to this day. It's hanging on by a thread in there, but it's still in there. So that's what I own by Maniacor, guys. And it's like I said, as well as the Morbosodon split 7-inch. Maybe I'll show that another fucking video. I'll do one guy asked in a previous video a couple times, which I'll do, is showing some cool 7-inches. That's a really nice one, so maybe that'll be the one I'll show. And that's just some evil ass fucking black metal for you guys to check out. That if you don't know, check it out. If you already know it or you heard about it, you at least got to fucking see it. Nothing else. If you've seen it all, own it all, know it. Hey, J-Dog, this ain't fucking nothing. You got to see some cool photos and little bit of story time with the band and my introduction to them, and yeah, glad to have been there. So yeah, that's it, guys. So Maniacor, go check them the fuck out. And that's it for this one. Leave the goddamn comments what you think. Keep the fucking questions coming, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.